Hello and welcome to Python programming. In today's video, we will discuss list comprehensions in Python. List comprehension is an elegant way to define and create list using for loop in the form of a single statement. So how do we write a list comprehension? The method is, first you have the expression for item in list. The expression is the output sequence. It can be any expression. For item in list is the for loop, where item is an item from the iterable, whereas list is the iterable object, which can be a list or a tuple. We have an optional conditional expression as well, where we can use the if statement. List comprehension applies the expression to each element in the list. You can have 0 or more for or if statements in a single statement. We have a program in place where we are creating a list, and using a for loop we are adding item to the list, and finally we are printing the list. Using the same program, let us convert it into a list comprehension and see how in a single statement we can create a list. So as discussed earlier, we want to create a list. The expression, my for loop, and the iterable objects both will be written. So for I in range, the values which we are picking up is from 1 to 11, and then the closing square bracket. Each item will be picked up from the range and it will be added to the list. And finally, let's print the list. Save it and let's execute the program. So first it will print this statement, the output of this statement will come, and then using list comprehension, the same thing which we have created. You could see the output, the one with which is created using the for loop, and the second one which we have created using list comprehension. While using list comprehensions together with the for loop, we can have conditional expression or statement as well. We have another program in place where we are creating a list using the for loop. The value is from 1 to 10, and we are checking if it is divisible by 2, then only that particular item is being added to the list. This, if you want to write the same thing using list comprehension, how we will write, let's see. List equals to, what we are trying to add is, we are trying to add the value of I for I in range. What is my range? My range is from 1 to 11, and we are also having a conditional expression. So after the for, we will write our condition if I mod 2 equals to 0, then close the square bracket. Let's print the list, print list. So we are printing both the output when we are using only the for loop, and then when we are using the list comprehension. Let's see. You could see the output, list 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 from the range 1 to 11, and using list comprehensions, the same value we have got, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. While using list comprehension, we can have nested ifs also in a single statement. Now it's a bit complicated, but it is very easy to write. Let's write it. List equals to, we have y, we want to use the value of y for y, for y in range is 100, we are using 100. First we are checking if it is divisible by 2. If y mod 2 equals 0, and then inside that the nested if is also present. If y mod 5 equals 0, if it is divisible by both of them, then it will assign the value of y to the list. Let's end the expression, and we want to print the list as well. Save and let's execute. You could see using the for and the nested loops, this one we got the list 0, 10, 20 up to 90, and using this particular single statement, the same output is being printed. Let us write one more statement using this particular program which is written, where we have a for loop and we are assigning the values to a list. After checking if the particular character in my string is alphabet, then it is added to the list, otherwise an asterisk is added. So in my conditional statement I have if and else, both are present. So how we will convert it into a list comprehension? List equals to what we are assigning. We are assigning x and we are checking if. Now when we are writing if else, so we are writing it before the for loop. If x dot is alpha, we are checking, then that value is assigned to the list. Else what we are doing, we are assigning an asterisk, and then we are checking the for loop for x in the, if it is written in a variable, we can use the variable, otherwise we could directly write er12. This is the string which we are using. Let's print it as well. Print the list. Let's see the output. You could see the output using the for, if and else. This is what the output which we have got using these lines of these if and else, and using the list comprehension, this particular line, the same output is being printed. In a single statement we have written for, if and else. There are various advantages of using a list comprehension. You could see in front of you, it's compact and faster than normal function and for loops for creating list. In a single statement we could write a for, if and else. Time and space efficient than loops. It requires fewer lines of code, and it can easily transform the iterative statement into a formula. All these statements, you could see in front of you, it's converted into a formula. But it has certain limitations as well. We should avoid writing very long list comprehension in one line, so as to ensure that the code is user friendly. It is not very complicated. It is easy to understand. Plus, every list comprehension can be written as a for loop, but the opposite is not true. Sometimes it is difficult to convert a for loop into a list comprehension, as it becomes too complicated. In this video, we have discussed list comprehension in Python. We have seen how we can transform an iterative statement into a formula using list comprehension. Hope you found the information shared in this video useful. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and thank you for watching.